He's just a good old boy who loves burning rubber and driving fast.
Well, we got our transmission dropped off at TCI. We now know what was burned up in it, and they're obviously going to make some upgrades. Well, with the transmission being out, that gives us an opportunity to do a couple of upgrades on Dentley. Let me get this thing raised up on the bin pack, and I'll show you what we got in mind. So what's the project for today? Well, so how come I'm doing what I'm doing? Pretty simple. I don't want to say in our haste, but in our haste to get ready for SEMA, we did a couple things that wasn't ideal, and this is one of them. And very much like any hot rod, if it's working, why are you fixing it? Well, it's snow on the ground, all the cars are inside, transmission's out of Dentley, so here's what I'm working on. All right, see how I can get in here to show y'all this the best. See these right here? These are the lines that go to the heater core or the heater. And Jeffrey did an amazing job. They used to run on top of the valve cover, and we didn't want that, so he move them to where they go under the Lux race car log there. Now the problem is we got to get this done and get it on the truck. That is the hot cable here and here for the starter. So you can see we have there's two hose clamps down there. There's two right here, very close to the starter cable. And you can also see that I wrapped a piece of tape around it just to make sure it's okay. Well, since the trucks and cars are all inside, it's time to fix that. There's a very long-winded explanation as to I'm moving the heater hoses, people. It's actually sounds simpler than it probably is. I've got some new ones ordered. They are two-piece units even in their stock location. So I ordered new ones, some Gates hoses. I'm just going to rearrange that because I don't feel comfortable with those hose clamps that close to the starter cable. I have fished this massive amount of heater hose out of Dentley. And I was showing you how close the clamps are to the starter, and that's what I was hoping to get away from. So if you look here, I've already took these off because I broke that apart right there. This is the heater core. Starter is in this area. So went and got some new Gates hoses. Was hoping it would work out a little different, but kind of questioning why I did this now. So here's our new Gates hose. Going to kind of lay that on top of that. And as you can see, I'm going to end up with the same problem.
I think this needs to be cut off too, brother.
Yeah, you show up and I put you right to work again.
Yeah, I see that. It's all right. But this hose here I don't like this hose.
All right. Yeah, we're not hot rod mechanics, we're plumbers at the moment.
Yep.
My, what long hoses you got there.
There's some dandies, ain't they?
By this long drive shaft that Jeffrey was talking about.
Well, it kind of goes with this long truck.
I guess it does, but holy moly.
You know, it's got 4 doors, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's got more hose and a long drive shaft. I think I'm going to have to make a bank loan to fill it up with antifreeze.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And one thing we did talk about, we might as well knock it out right now.
What's that?
Let's see how long this freaking drive shaft is. What'd Jeffrey say?
He said 7 foot.
All right, let's just see.
6 foot 2 inches.
6'2".
Ain't that far
Hey,
off.
it's taller than both of us.
Yep.
It's way taller than me, a little bit taller than you. But it ain't as long as what I had in my mind, I'll say that.
It's still long. That's a long dry shaft.
But you know, the gear vendor makes up for a lot of it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
gear vendor
okay.
makes up for a lot of it.
Right. It would have been over 7 foot.
Yeah. All right, we have temporarily put some old hose in the middle. It is going to have all the connectors back in there. We're going to put some fresh new Gates hose through all of it. All right, I'm down here visiting with all my buddies at Comp Cams and Edelbrock. Come over here. Come over. But tell everybody on the channel who you are.
I'm Jeff Magnus, an engineer here at Edelbrock.
Which means he's way smarter than I am. But he's in a particular office that I got a little history with. I'll try to find it, put it in here, but we had the top fuel car down here, and I may have overextended a throttle whack a little bit.
Maybe.
And some people argue that this didn't happen, but if you look right here, it may be hard to see on the video, but there is a cracked window. And truth is, it had a small crack until I cracked the throttle, then it became a big crack right in your office here.
Yeah.
Literally walking by and you're like, stop.
Yep, you need to sign it. We need to document this.
Thank goodness, I was just talking to Chris Douglas right outside the door, and he didn't remember that he was supposed to send me a bill to have this replaced. Thank goodness. But it's kind of cool.
Yes,
You got
it
a
is
talking
cool.
piece in your office.
Definitely. No, wouldn't trade it.
And what I'm doing down here, you'll find out about in a little bit later video. We're working on that. Brian, who has a great channel that y'all need to turn into, and I'll drop a link to his channel down below. Me and him are working on some stuff for Dentley. It's been a full day of just stuff going on down here. David Page, who was at Gulfport, we're already planning what we're going to do next with Dentley when the transmission comes back from TCI. And this guy, way above my head, and he's got stuff on his computer screen we can't show, but the engineering side of it, I'm the end result of that,
Yes,
I guess.
definitely so.
I'm the test dummy
yeah.
after the fact.
In a good way.
All right, I'm gonna put my scribble on the old broken window here. We need to do that again. Although,
Break more windows?
yeah, break more
Let's
windows.
do it.
I used to get in trouble as a kid for breaking windows. Did you?
I did. I won't fess up to how many that was. though.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about. Hey, what is it? The statute of limitations is over. with.
It's over by
Yeah.
by a long shot.
Me and you both got the
Yeah.
gray hair going.
Yes.
All right, I'm headed to Drummond's. Back from Edelbrock. I've got our heater hoses kind of mocked up on there, but talking to our buddy Mike Cotton, he told me about these cool Gates clamps that basically go on like heat shrink. So that would alleviate the hose clamp by the starter lug problem. So our folks at WireCare have got some on the way. I got another box of parts sitting there that'll show up in the next video. It's a cold Saturday, but I got a visitor over here today. I bugged David like, all right, transmission's out. I've been under here piddling, working on stuff, and of course he was the one who looked at all the squiggly lines. You're making some adjustments. What are you working on?
I'm trying to make sure that this drive shaft collar is giving us accurate readings, so the next time we take this thing out,
It makes a little more sense.
good data. We have good data.
Good data is always a good thing, and here's the truth. Y'all have followed along. Y'all know I changed this from a 2 magnet to an 8 magnet, and I don't think I did something right. So David's over here fixing it.
I'm gonna fix it or make it worse.
Whatever. Either way, it wasn't
But it
working.
will be different.
Yeah,
than
it'll
it
be
was.
different. Yeah, it wasn't It was not giving us accurate data at Gulfport, that's for sure. I want y'all to look at this mess we got going in here. This is really me, but David is off in amongst the fast system there. What are you doing under there?
It's kind of hard to say at the moment.
Oh, goodness. We are.
I'm trying to hold my mouth just right. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
To be exact.
Yeah, this big old console may not have been the most ideal place to put the fast system, but
If it fits, it ships.
exactly. Exactly. What we're doing is a couple things. One, we are making it where I can just flip a switch and record the data on a run. And yeah, I got the radio out of Dentley right now, which y'all saw flying at Gulfport. Adding the shift light as well. So the driver will pull the handle when he's supposed to. It is an automatic, but it's a manual automatic. Is that such a thing, David, a manual automatic? I guess it is, isn't it?
Well, you don't have a man pedal in the car.
That's true. That is true.
So I guess you actually have a man pedal for it to be a true manual.
Yep, that's it.
I'll give you credit, though.
Hey, I hit the rev limiter in the burnout. I did not on the run, though.
You did indeed hit it on the burn.
Oh, man. But we broke them brand new tires in just right.
Right on.
It's getting serious over here now, y'all. Look at this schematic, dude. I'm glad that's you, not me.
This is always a sign that things have gone awry.
Woo! That's why David's here. I can wire up a on-off switch, fuel pump, maybe. The relay gets complicated for me, and the schematics out. That means I'm holding this phone filming. Well, you can see there's where all the fast stuff goes. Got to show y'all this real quick too. Check out this panel right here. Boom. Jeffrey did that. Put a piece of Lexan behind it. And we got some lights behind there, which is kind of cool. Some of y'all will have seen that. Others maybe not. Obviously, I still got panels out. Got a few things to tidy up. But we're to the point. Waiting on transmission. We've got batteries coming from Go Lithium. We're in no hurry. We're not doing sick week like a lot of y'all keep asking about. And there's no reason to be in a hurry. We are fixing a few things that, not fixing, we're upgrading some things that I wanted to do to Dentley. You know, one being able to flip a switch so we can record data without the laptop riding, the shift light, so you need a shift light. Anyway, dinner time. Let's go. Probably you hear the heater running, and probably where you're at, it's cold too. It's cold all over the world. I don't know nothing. I know David Page was here, did some wiring. He knows what he's doing. I am not an electrician. But I got on this mission, and I got to show you the mess I got going. Dentley, from the time we've put the roll cage in, the dome light doesn't work. I'm going to show you right here. I've got the, I don't know what you call that. It's not a tail light, but cargo lamp and the brake light, the third brake light. It used to flicker. I got a bulb in there and it's just lit up. And it shouldn't be because the switch is off. But I'm just gonna take the bulbs out of that, no big deal. But I gotta show y'all the disaster I have going in Dentley right now, trying to make the dome lights work. I've called John from Boosted Motorsports. I should have called David Page and begged him to come back over. Anyway, look, I've got all this out. I've got all these wires. I've got all these wires clipped in up here. But the thing that needs to happen is the headliner is holding in the wiring harness that goes to the third brake light, goes to the dome light. That roll cage is going to prevent the headliner from ever coming out. But I'm pumped up. I have figured out if I run a couple new wires, I can make my dome lights work. The rest of it, third brake light, not gonna worry about. The brake lights do work. I'm good with that. Yikes, just look at all this I got going. But I figured it out, and I'm gonna make it work. I'm pumped up. Let's go. I know I've already showed y'all some of the mess I got going, but we are moving back in the right direction. Let me climb in right quick. I don't know how Jeffrey did this, but I got it back in there. Let me put this light down. Look, I know this is a minor thing, but to me, boom, it's a big deal. Now, I broke that. I'll order another one. But look at that. I now have dome lights. It's like creature features in Dentley. That one, that one, I can make it come on, but I couldn't make it go off. So I might end up putting a push button on it too. But this is huge. Like when you're in the staging lanes or wherever, and you're putting your belts on, you need to adjust the radio, which, whatever. Maybe you need to adjust the AC. Being able to see things makes a difference. I'm so excited. It definitely was not done to, is it SAE? Certified Mechanic? I don't know what it is. Definitely not done to certified standards. It was done country boy way. Had to run a couple new wires, blah, blah. Anyway, making progress. Now, I've got to wrestle all the rest of the panels back in that I took off when I was looking for a ground wire. Let there be light. Ba-boom. Got Dentley back on the lift, the old bin pack. We got a package from WireCare that will hopefully allow us to complete another project, which is heater hoses. Trying to think here, so you probably just saw, I know you did, I hope you did. If you're watching this, I hope you watched the last video, which was what was wrong with the old transmission, the TCI Turbo 400. Y'all comment down below, did you enjoy like the little sit down story time, some of my history? Let me know in the comments. Let me get this package open and let's see if we got everything we need to finish the heater hose project. Fun, exciting stuff right here in the shop while it's like 20 degrees outside. Much warmer in here. The heat will get cut off as soon as the gas bill comes. Donna will be like, nope, 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 nope. Made me think of a song. I can't sing. Anyway, package open time. Package open. What did we get from WireCare? Some 2-inch shrink tubing, some 1.5-inch shrink tubing. My thoughts are is in a couple spots, we're gonna put some shrink tube, hold those bad boys together. But the real thing that I'm excited to try are these Gates heat clamps. I don't really know what they call them. Performance grip clamp. Kind of cool. To me, they're a heat shrink, but they're a hose clamp at the same time. I'm excited to test this out. Cool. Let's see what happens. We're going to try this out. So I hopped on the WireCare website, and our buddy Steve Crane shows a video how to do this. Hopefully I do it correctly. First thing is squeeze the cardboard so you can get the sleeve out of the center, and I seem to be struggling with this. There we go. So squeeze the cardboard. Get that out of the center. I have cleaned that. I also marked where I wanted my hoses. Cleaned both ends. This does have a barb on it, by the way. I've seen plenty of roadkills where they had trouble just putting straight pieces through there. Got my marks lined back up. And now I'm going to slide our clamp right up to the edge of hose number 2. And let's put the old heat gun to work, shall we? Hope this works. It'll be cool. What is high speed? Boom. There we go. That's hot. Okay, we are cooled off. Let me see if I can pull that thing out of there. Ooh. I'm going to tell y'all that thing, it's took a holt. Is that a word, took a holt? It is definitely, it's got a bite. Okay. I like it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more to go. Let's do it. There she is, completed. Little heat shrink here and here, there, just to kind of make this thing, you know, like basically one hose. It is quite the conglomeration. I'm not very tall, but it comes up to the pedal on the old Stomp the Loud pedal. Let's get this thing back on here and get this project completed. Let's go. How about that? If you look back there, the heater hoses are on. You can see our little heat shrink on there. Let's drop down here. And the problem area, no longer, come on camera, focus, no longer a problem. You can see our Gates heat shrink clamp, I'm going to call it. No longer have to worry about that starter cable. Not a problem. Rolls right along, right up here. We got plenty of clearance from the turbo. So where are we at? I'll tell you where we're at. We're in the shop. Where are we at with what we have done in this video? What have we done? Well, we messed with heater hoses for way longer than I ever cared to admit, but I'm pretty happy with how that worked out. We learned something new about the Gates clamps I got from Wire Care. These things right here, they're pretty awesome. We learned that. We learned that I destroy the shop whenever I try to wire something. We learned that Mr. David Page with Edelbrock Comp Cams does not. He's an expert. And I'm excited to test out the things that he did, which was the shift light, flip a switch. We can now download the data with the laptop not in the truck. Well, the next thing we learned is I ramble a lot. Oh, let me just sit down. Let me take a seat. One of the things everybody kept asking me about, not really sure how much you're supposed to talk about it, but jury duty. I had federal jury duty. I had talked about that. Was a little frustrated in the fact that it could last a month. So I go for my first, you have to call a number. They tell you, actually, they called me while we were in Gulfport that I had to be there. I got an email telling me we had to be there, but there is a number you got to call every night after 5:30. Anyway, I show up downtown Memphis for jury duty. This does get back to, I don't really know. I am not going to tell you all of it, but I will tell you that there was probably 75 people, give or take 20, 30, that were chosen for the jury pool. Man, long story. It was almost a full day. Long story short, nothing I tell is a short story. Y'all have probably figured that out. I was jury number 5. There were some things that happened once they discussed what the case was about. I was not happy that I was possibly going to be part of that jury. The defendant's attorney, there were some things said from juror number 6. Juror number 5 spoke up. Juror number 6 said some things. and the defense attorney was not happy with what was said. Long story short, everybody, all 70, 60, 70, 80 people were dismissed. We were thanked for our jury duty and sent home. And so that was it. It was basically one day, and I'm thankful that our country has, jury by your peers, and we all have to do it. The only thing I was frustrated about was that I could not plan anything for 1 month. I feel that should be like a week. Anyway, I love this country. Proud that we can work on our hot rods. We can, do anything and everything we want for the most part, as long as it's legal. I love this country, but I did 1 day of jury duty. I did my duty. It's complete, and that's it. This really was interesting. Glad I did not have to serve on that trial. Didn't know anything about it, but once I heard what the charges were, I did not want to be part of that. Not something I want to be a part of. Anyway, you guys are so awesome for sitting and watching and commenting through my ramblings. It appears as though when we went to TCI and I gave some TCI history that you guys really like that. The story afterwards, I should say, and the visit to TCI. I've seen a lot of comments, a lot of history there. You guys are awesome. We have some different things coming up. I'm hitting the road next week. Yeah, just a few days. I'm hitting the road. We'll certainly bring you content from where I go. Appreciate you guys watching, liking, subscribing, sharing. Dentley, couple, 3, 4, 5 projects done and completed. Now we just got to get our transmission back. I talked to Mr. Jeff Reed today. Transmission should be done most likely while I'm gone, but that's okay. It is what it is. It's so cold all around the country right now, we wouldn't go into a racetrack this weekend anyway. You guys are awesome. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, sharing. See you in the next one. Let's go. Stomp on that loud pedal every time you get a chance. When you leave the stoplight, stomp on the loud pedal. Don't exceed the speed limit. After, you can get there real quickly, but, you shouldn't exceed the speed limit. All right, see ya.